So hello to our esteemed colleagues and honorable judges. We are Team EazyCan. I will start you off with a background of what brought us here today. Canada plans to welcome 1.5 million permanent residents by the year 2026. Just one second. This is our team, I'm sorry. Yes, Canada plans to welcome 1.5 million permanent residents by the year 2026. But did you know that at least 15% of new migrants leave Canada within 5 to 20 years of their landing? And those who choose to stay face significant challenges as they strive to integrate into the Canadian society. Imagine this. You leave your home country for a better life in Canada. But when you get here, you can't, one, find meaningful employment that matches your qualifications and experience. Or even worse, find suitable and affordable housing for your family. And in some cases, you can go into isolation because you can't build any social connections. Consider Rhonda, newly settled in the province of Alberta and facing the common hurdles of integration. The challenges she faces underscores the need for an innovative solution. Enter EazyCan, a mobile app that combines human interaction with artificial intelligence to ease newcomers' integration into the Canadian society.
Out of 8 billion people on a planet, 90% of the world population own a mobile phone. So we wanted to make a free app that is accessible to everyone. Our key features, the live guidance, community connect, and AI chatbot not only differentiates us from our competitors by being innovative and efficient, but it also brings a personalization by making the user feel understood at any given time of the day. With EazyCan, we are targeting 43% of the market share of new permanent resident initially, which will be by 2026 a little over 835,000 users. But how do we make money? By putting in place 5 multiple streams of income, with our biggest revenue generator being the data analytics for organizations. Even though our initial cost is 1.2 million, with these income, we project on reaching our break-even point by year 2, and by year 5, a cumulative benefit close to $17 million. We decided to make EazyCan design and colors around the Canadian flag, not only for strategic brand identity and simplicity, but also to create this form of immersion into the Canadian society. So without further ado, we will demonstrate EazyCan. We decided to make the app in the 2 official languages of Canada, which is English and French. So let's take the journey of Rhonda, our persona. So Rhonda here is on the app, and where we would talk about the features that we discussed. Let's start with the live guidance. So imagine Rhonda just arrived in Alberta, in the province of Alberta, in the city of Calgary, and she's looking to have help in regards to employment. What the live guidance offers is essentially help where the Rhonda will be connected with a nonprofit in her city. Mind you, how? Because when Rhonda initially signed up, she had put in not only her username, password, but also she added the city and the province where she's located. So with that, the system automatically populates 3 nonprofits in her city with the nonprofit name, the address, the link, the phone number, but most importantly, as you can see here, there's an icon with a telephone where the Rhonda will be able to press directly on the icon, and the phone number will appear on her keypad, which kind of brings a call to action for Rhonda to call the nonprofit in order to have help with employment. And if we go back to we will go to our second feature, which is the Connect page. On the Connect, Rhonda is looking to build a connection with newcomers that have either been here a long time or that recently came, and where she could start a conversation and meet and build a network. So as you can see here, it would automatically bring her on the Alberta feed page, which is where all the users that are located in Alberta will be able to kind of send a message, introduce themselves. But on the second tab, on the Connect tab, if Rhonda wants to speak specifically to somebody that's close to her, for example, Confidence Paul that is in Banff, she will be able to direct message him and a conversation will start. For example, hello, how are you? So a nice conversation starts, which could eventually bring to a great friendship. Then we go on to our last but not least feature, which is the AI chatbot. So on the AI chatbot, Rhonda is overwhelmed and she's looking for information about getting her health card in Calgary and she doesn't know where to search. So to reduce any form of overwhelmness for any newcomer, we've integrated this AI chatbot where she's able to ask any question. For example, please tell me how to get my health card in Calgary, Alberta. And then from there, have a seamless answer, very straightforward, coming from the AI. And keep in mind, Rhonda, to be able to have access to this feature, she doesn't even need to sign up. So any newcomer that just wants to have access to information without the overwhelmness is able to, without signing in, is able to have access to the AI chatbot. And that is pretty much what it is for our features currently. However, we do have future perks. So in our future release, we'll be adding the profile editing, where the newcomer, the user, will be able to add more information about themselves, such as the country of origin, their interests, to kind of create more information and be able to have more connections. We'll also add under the live guidance a feature where the user will be able to schedule a call with a nonprofit using Calendly. So we would like to do a short brief summary about a short video summary about EazyCan. Thank you for listening. And judges, who wants to invest in EazyCan?
Awesome. You do have another 30 seconds left. If you wanted to share anything about the business side of it, you could have some moments. Otherwise, you could just pause and let me know if you're good to go. Okay. All right. Judges, please, over to you.
That was a great presentation. I was actually engaged in that one. If you can hear me now, no, I hope you can and everyone can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was clear. Love the concept of free, and I loved how you tied in AI. This is a daunting thing for new people coming to Canada, for sure. So having something like this definitely helps.
Fantastic. Thank you. Let's go to Muiwa for any comments, questions, or feedback.
Yeah, the one thing that I may have missed is just around the business, like how you intend to make money from this, get some profit, or is it not a profit enterprise?
So the app is essentially free. However, for profit, we have 5 streams of income, which would be more towards marketing. So in-app advertising, affiliated marketing, sponsored content, and eventually consultation services, which also would be in the future releases where we would have immigration consultant provide like a 1 hour with a discount on our platform. But the most important income generator for us is the data analytics for organizations.
So you'll be selling data on like the new immigrants to orgs? That
is correct. And I know you're gonna ask for cybersecurity purposes, am I compliant? Yes. So we created when the person originally signs up, they put in their username, city, province, but also there is a terms and condition that talks about the data processing agreement, and they need to accept it in order to continue on to sign up.
Are you able to share what the demand is here in terms of what kind of data a company would want to buy and why that's valuable?
For this, essentially would be more, the details around like the user, the city. For now, the data that we would have, which is why the first year we wouldn't make revenue, but that would be more on the second year. It's going to be essentially around the province, the city where they are located, and eventually more information such as the country of origin. And then afterwards, we're going to have more data where the person is able to add, for example, their age. So those are the type of data that would be required to be able to, for organizations. That would be interesting for organizations.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Chris.
Okay, thank you again for the presentation. Very well done. I concur with some of my colleagues here. I think this is something that is, you're addressing a clear problem area that is growing that needs a lot of different type of solutions to support. So I think that was great. And I do see that there's a lot of opportunity in this area. So I like the concept. I like what you presented, nice and clear. And I think it's something that could pick up. One of my colleagues tapped on what I think is, the product is great, the viability. I see potential, the idea to create the revenue stream, and I see what you're saying about the analytics and selling the data there. I think that is viable. I think that's probably something that is going to be a great opportunity, but also a challenge. The opportunity on the business side, I think clearly government at different levels, even my own organization, can see the benefit of this. And I think it's really great. I think what you would have to look at the marketing, how you do it, is to the user. When people start, once people start hearing their information and where it's doing, that's a whole nother ballgame of explanation. So I think you have the business side of it really clear. And like, I think as me, even somebody who would, potentially invest in that, I can get it. But then I was like, okay, how we can get the users to get behind this, because their mindset is fully different, right? Once you hear privacy information, a whole bunch of stuff click in. So I love this. I think it's a great idea. I'm just saying what you probably need to really focus on, as much as you're trying to get investors and the businesses, you're gonna think is, how do I get the user who doesn't think like that to understand safety, benefit, inclusion? You're gonna want to really work on those messaging.
Thanks for sharing that, Chris. Let's go to Conrad.
Team, wonderful presentation. One of the things that I wanted to touch on is around, so this is great for newcomers, absolutely. I think an additional dimension that you could look at is being able to, you would link, so this is where your team would come in, you would link with the professional organizations such as, right? I'm doing a plug for you, Mo. SkillHat, right? You could link with PMI local chapters, because what you want to do as well is to have that type of information also presented into this app, where they can have that type of information at their fingertips as well. So my thought is, and it's something that I did when I came to Canada. One of the first things that I did was I linked with PMI, a local chapter. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted to start networking immediately, almost immediately. So this I see is along those lines as well. And I think that is something that would be helpful in terms of trying to your app linked with all these different professional organizations to help support a newcomer in that sense. So I think that's something that could work.
Absolutely.
And that's the recommendation.
For those who are not familiar, PMI is the Project Management Institute, and they have local chapters in almost every city where you can, as a new immigrant, connect with established project managers, business analysts, developers to help you get a job, just for context. Awesome. Deanna, is there any final comments? Then we'll end off here, or questions? Okay, well, another round of applause to EazyCan. Thank you so much, guys.